Hello, in this video I'm going to show you hopefully how to add some rhythmic interest into your strumming very simply. So we're just going to keep the hand, this right hand for this whole video is just going to be going up and down like that, and we're going to create the rhythmic interest with this hand, the left hand. People often ask me what it is I'm doing with my left hand, and this video should be help to explain. I'll show you what I mean, this sort of thing. So you might notice that my fingers are flapping down on and off the strings there. Now what I'm doing there is creating a chord Z, we call it. So this hand, the right hand, just goes up and down, that's all this hand will be doing for the whole video. This hand is adding in chord Z. Now chord Z is a great chord because it's got no notes in it. And you play it just by resting all your fingers very gently across all the strings, but without pushing them down onto the fretboard. So it should sound like this. Yeah, so just no notes ringing out. Now what we're going to do is combine the chord Z with some real chords. So we'll start with an easy chord, C, your third finger there, on the top string on the 3rd fret. So if we just play that normally, it'll sound like this. What I want to do is add in that chord Z. So first of all we'll just try adding in the chord Z. So we'll do that by putting these two fingers across the open strings and just lifting this ring finger off the string a little bit, still keeping our finger on it though, so that it makes the chord Z. So then if I push down with my ring finger and lift these off, it'll make the chord again. So if we try alternating, we go, and then we push down with the chord Z, then lift them off again. Okay, so much so far, but we need to put a bit more interest in. What I like to do is just put the chord Z in on the offbeats in a tune which is beats 2 and 4 out of the 4 beats in a bar. So like the snare drum does in a rock and roll band. So I'm just putting these down when I want the beat to come. Do-do down, do-do down, do-do down. Already sounds quite nice, better than we've added in the offbeat. The next thing is to think about making a bit more of an interesting rhythm. So we could to play like a swampy thing, like jump 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 jump. So all we've got to do for that is lift our fingers off when we want the notes to ring out. So we go off, 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 off. And once we add in the strumming, so off, 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 off. So that's already sounding pretty good. If we speed that up a bit, it sounds great. But this hand just going up and down every time, hitting the strings on the downs and the ups. None of this down, up, down, down, up stuff, which I can't get my head around. So what about a different chord, something like F? F you will play with your first finger there and your second finger there. And we don't have these two fingers to make the chord Z, so we're going to have to use these fingers to make the chord Z. So in the same way we could try our swampy rhythm. Sounds pretty good. Off, 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 off to the C. That's great. Of course the really good chords to use this chord Z inserting chord Z in technique is a bar chord. A bar chord is something where you're playing all 4 strings. You've got 4 fingers on the strings, or all 4 strings are covered anyway. So no notes are ringing out. So probably an easy chord, maybe the first bar chord you learnt was a D7 perhaps. That's your 4-finger across all of these on the 2nd fret and adding in the little C on the top string. So in this case we can just make the chord Z is ready made for us if we just lift our fingers off the strings a bit and rest them on the strings. So like that, and then if we push down and let go and then push down. So for our swampy rhythm here we go push, 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 push. So I mean, it's really possible for you to make up any kind of rhythm at all, and I really encourage you just to experiment pushing down and adding in the chord Z randomly at any point. You might stumble across something interesting and play along with your friends and add that in, and they'll buy you lots of drinks at the end of the night, I'm sure. There's a whole thing about bar chords, I should say, a whole other video about bar chords and why they're interesting and how you can use them. So I encourage you to watch that. But in the meantime, I hope this has been useful, and good luck with your plucking.